title will never be enough, and titles do not matter. It's not the title that makes the leader. It's the leader that makes the leader. Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Matthew Welsh, and welcome to the Leaders Only podcast, where we talk about business, leadership, mindset, and it's pretty much anything revolved around building an incredible life. You know, the reason that I started this podcast is because I felt like on the way to where we're at now, there wasn't really a place to go learn tangible skill sets, leadership qualities, and mindset strategies that you can learn today, apply today, and get immediate results. And so the goal of this podcast is to teach you the things that you need to actually win, to actually change your life, and to actually grow your business and grow your team if you're someone that's in a leadership role. And so if you can do me a favor, if you ever get something out of our message, if you ever get something out of the content, if you can like, share, subscribe, just tell people about it. We put out all this information for free. And so all we ask is that you share it with a friend if you get something out of it. So with that being said, thank you guys so much, and let's tune in.
Let's go. I'm a big mood. You can't name a lot of things that I didn't.
Today, we're going to be talking about how to become an influential figure in your business, where you become somebody that people actually want to listen to, where you give advice and people take it. And when you give coaching, people listen. And when you give a recommendation, people take that recommendation and they allow it to sink in because they truly feel that your recommendation is going to help them go from where they are to where they want to be. And I'm going to be discussing what leads to this influence where people actually listen. So there are two things that make you influential. And little disclaimer, if you are not a good person, these two things get wiped away very quickly. If you're not a person of integrity, if you don't operate with high levels of character, these two things get wiped away very quickly. So without being a good person, without being an integrity-driven person, what I'm about to go over with you, these two things don't matter and they don't apply. So let's talk about the first one. The first way to become influential is you have what I want. For instance, if I was going to get marriage advice, I would want to look to somebody who has an incredible marriage. If I was looking to get in shape and I wanted to get fit and ripped, I'm not going to go talk to the person that's out of shape. I'm going to talk to the person that's in shape, that's fit, that has the body that I want. Because if I'm talking to somebody who's out of shape and they're trying to give me recommendations how to get in shape, I'm not going to take what they have to say seriously, which means they're not going to have influence over me, which means that I'm not going to listen to what they have to say. But if all of a sudden the person that's jacked comes up to me, they said, Matt, if you go do X, Y, and Z, this will really, really help you. I'm going to listen to what they have to say because they have the figure that I want. And it's not just that way in a marriage. It's not just that way in the fitness space. It's that way in your business. If you do not have the results that someone wants in business, it's going to be very difficult for you to become influential. And so this is what I'll tell you though. This is where this even conversation sparked from, is I was talking to somebody the other day and they were relying on title to be the reason that people listened. But I want you to always remember this. Title will never be enough and titles do not matter. It's not the title that makes the leader. It's the leader that makes the leader. It's the action that makes the leader. Okay? Leadership is an action. It's not a title. Leadership is a result. It's not a title. And so when you go out there and you get the results that someone else wants, now they strive to get those results. And if you have what they want, all of a sudden they're going to listen. So what sparked this episode today was I actually had a leader in my organization and he called me the other day and he goes, Matt, I'm having the hardest time. I have some leaders that I'm trying to lead right now and they're not listening to me. They're not taking my advice. They're not taking my coaching. And if they just followed my advice, they would be succeeding right now. And I had to have a blunt conversation with him. I said, brother, the reason they're not taking your advice is because you haven't given them a reason to. And he goes, well, what are you talking about? I have this title. I have this promotion level. I have this milestone. Like, why would they not listen to me? And I said, because you're not giving them a reason to. You've let off your personal example. And he goes, well, why does that matter? I said, it matters because right now, what they need is to learn how to personally produce. Right now, what they need is to learn how to earn cash flow for them and their family. And because they're not seeing you go out there and do it all on your own, what's happening is they're seeking out the guidance, mentorship, and coaching from other people who are, and they're not seeking it out from you because they don't know whether or not you know how to go do it because they're not seeing you do it. And so I said, if you want to gain the influence back over your people, you have to make the commitment that you're going to lead by example. You're going to lead from the front. We've all heard this before. The best type of leader is a do-it-first leader. You have to go do it first, go generate the personal results. And when you go generate those personal results and they want personal results as well, you will now gain back influence over them and they will seek out your mentorship and seek out your guidance. See, what happened was this. What this gentleman did is he stepped into the second part of influence way too soon. And the second part of of influence is you have a reputation for helping other people get what they want. Step 1 is you have what I want, and can you teach me? Step 2 is you have a reputation for helping other people get what they want. Will you mentor me? And he stepped into number 2, but without the track record, without the reputation, without the track record for helping other people succeed. And he stepped into that category way too soon, which is a huge mistake that I see most people make. And so if you want to remain influential, either A, you have to have the personal results that people want, and or B, you have to have a track record for helping other people get what they want. And if you don't have those two things, you are going to lose your influence, which means that you have to make the decision, you have to make the commitment that you're going to go lead from the front for as long as it takes to get to a point where you have a reputation, where you've helped so many people win, where now people are seeking you out. That's the end goal, but that's a difficult place to get to, and you will never get there if you let off your personal too soon. So if you want to remain influential, keep your personal strong. Keep your personal strong, be the master copy. And then after you have all these copies, now all of a sudden you can move into more of a mentorship, more of a coaching category. But until then, never let off your personal. So guys, hopefully today helped. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you could do me a favor, if this made an impact in your business in any way, if you can like, share, subscribe, tell somebody about it, it would mean the world to us. Obviously, we put out all this information for free. All we ask is that if you get something out of it, you tell a friend. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week on the Leaders Only podcast.